I could get my phone to cooperate, that would be cool. Nah. Technical difficulties. Stay. What's up, everybody? Tower cards. So it looks like we're going to start with Scorpio. Because we got to have the tower, don't we? What are the messages for sign of Scorpio for the week ahead? Something they need to be aware of, something they need to remember, and something they need to let go of. The bottom is the Three of Cups. So something you didn't notice until recently with your friends, or some kind of message. I feel like other people knew, but you were just like, some of you guys thought you knew who your friends were, and they turned out to be not your friends. And some of you guys want to be friends with someone, or maybe you want to talk to someone that's a friend that you're not talking to for whatever reason. For what you need to be aware of, you have the Nine of Swords and the Five of Cups. So someone has a lot of anxiety over a situation where maybe someone didn't choose them. Maybe they're still thinking about the things they lost and not what they have. I think someone needs to wake up and realize what they have, because there's like, you're not really paying attention to what's behind you. You know, you have the Two of Cups behind you, but you're paying attention to the cups on the ground. And maybe that's what the lesson is like, the right people will be in your life, the right friends, the right people for you. Maybe better people are coming in now, and it's time to kind of get out of this anxiety or whatever this is. The focus is on things that have been spilled, things that maybe we tried to fix, things that we needed to learn about other people. And, you know, it's kind of some things that we're still unaware of. Maybe there's someone in your life that's unaware of this connection, or they're just kind of focusing on loss as well. But I just think that, you know, there's loyalty here, but it's like someone doesn't see that part of it because they're kind of focused on the old shit, or what someone else told them, or, you know, thinking it's going to be the same way. But it just goes to show you there's a lot of things you don't know about this. And obviously, I think that you do now, but someone still needs to kind of tell the truth about this. You know, I think that three people where two people know the connection, but the other person doesn't. So it's like somebody's going to be left heartbroken in this situation. There's just too many people around, you know, too many people involved, because there's a love offer here, but it's just like really new or immature, or just something that's kind of something that's just beginning, and someone's still kind of like closed off or just about it, and it has the potential to be really good. It's basically what they're trying to tell you. You know, you might be scared of past shit or what other people are telling you, or you think people are, you know, there's kind of some illusions around this, but I think that it's going to turn out to be okay. And it's not the same situation as before. So letting go of what you lost, and moving into new energy. What you need to remember, the Three of Swords in reverse. I don't like reading this in reverse, but they keep coming up. Hi, small town mom. I think that someone wants to apologize about a fight, and it could be with a fire sign. I keep getting fire. It's fire and air first, so it could be more than one situation, but it's like, I feel like someone wants to apologize for this because maybe they didn't really know what was going on either, because there's a snake behind this guy. Like, this was something done behind their back, your back, someone's back, you know? So it's kind of like someone does want to apologize for that part of it, but I just feel like there's a fight here, you know, and I think that it was trying to be avoided. So things were done behind someone's back, and someone feels bad about it. What you need to let go of is the Six of Cups in reverse with the Five of Pentacles. This is living in the past. So there was a soulmate situation, and it could have been more than one thing. It's either with money, it could be with the earth sign. It just could be that energy of, you know, somebody got pretty hurt by somebody in the past, obviously. And it could be more than one situation with this. But it's letting go of that, because the Six of Cups in reverse is like that, you know, feeling like the past is going to repeat itself, or just focusing on the things that we've lost in the past, you know, focusing on lack, you know. So energy and realizing that we need to move into something new now, you know. There was a soulmate, but it could have been karmic. And I know that's really hard to let go of people that are soulmates, but everyone doesn't realize that karmic soulmates are here to learn a lesson, and it keeps repeating over and over until you learn that lesson and you move on. But of course, it's still a soul connection, so it's deep, and, you know, feelings are invested, time's invested. Some of you guys invested a lot of time into this, and that still kind of lingers about things that you lost, and it's going to take some time to get over this. It's going to maybe taking things slow and making a decision about having a new beginning with someone, but at the same time not taking that because of whatever happened in the past. Because I feel like there's going to be a pretty big change here coming in, and someone's moving forward, you know, and maybe it's just time to move forward into new energy and kind of I don't really know if it's waiting or it's just like knowing that there's one direction that's not a good idea, you know. So maybe it is waiting before making a decision with someone, maybe an air sign. But I feel like we already know. So we did Scorpio. Who's next? High Priestess, we know. Don't lie to a Scorpio. Rule number 1. So what are the messages for the sign of Cancer for the week ahead? What is something Cancer needs to be aware of? something Cancer needs to remember, and something Cancer needs to let go of. I saw one flip. All right. Two of Pentacles. The bottom is the Fool card. So what... The Fool card with the Moon. You're scared to take a new beginning, or maybe you don't realize someone wants to. I think someone's just not talking about their feelings because they're still being defensive, even though this could work out, but you guys need to work together. What you need to be aware of is the Five of Wands. You know, I think that there's just some times where you're going to have to agree to disagree with people. There's going to be some times where things are going to go in different directions, and it's time to move out of that energy where that's your focus, is the argument, and not like solving it, not moving past it. Someone just wants to hold on to this fight because of whatever reason. And, you know, you can't really truly be emotionally fulfilled if you're always fighting with someone, if you always want to fight someone, if you always want to have that kind of energy or that kind of conversation, because it's not always about a fight. You know, that saying where it's couples forget that it's not them against each other, it's two people against the problem, and not making it between the two people. It's like rising above that. You know, you guys need to get out of this already. You know, maybe you don't agree on certain shit. Okay, and let's get out of that now. You know, get into some calmer water, shall we? Maybe a new beginning, maybe some fulfillment. What you need to remember is you have the Four of Swords with the Nine of Wands. Maybe what you need to remember is you did take a time out. You did take a break to kind of wait to be stable. You built the right boundaries, that you're going to know when this isn't something you want to do. That divine timing's here. I think that it's not something to be scared of. I think that it's going to be a good thing. It's something you've waited for. It's something that you're ready for. What you need to let go of is the Two of Pentacles with the Ace of Wands kind of in the reverse. This is more about a beginning that didn't get off the ground. It started and stopped really fast because someone wasn't able to balance things out. Someone wasn't able to make a decision. This could have been someone from the past who didn't make a decision between more than one person, and it was just like a one-night stand energy, and they chose someone else. So you never really got to have this beginning or have it go anywhere. Some of you guys might need to walk away from a job that you know about. You know that this is something we need to move away from to get to something better. What are the messages for the sign of Pisces? Oh. What is something Pisces needs? Okay, then. What do they need to let go of? Bottom is the Nine of Wands with the Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Okay, so, whoopsie. My bad. You guys are being defensive and not really opening up, or maybe this is somebody else, someone you might live with, something, fighting a decision. Not wanting to have a conversation with someone because you're still kind of waiting for things to get better, and maybe waiting for this to take a change of direction. I just think that there is this really fast person thing, whatever, change of direction, like, but you're looking back. And no, Aaliyah, no. Don't open it. It's time to make a decision about something, because there is emotional fulfillment, there is comfort, there is, you know, this person that you want to be with, but at the same time, someone's just refusing to make this decision. Maybe they keep going back to something from their past. Maybe they don't want to make a decision. Maybe they're just like, well, you know, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, I don't know what I want. But it's like you're missing something, you know. This is the sun over here, but you're looking back. Like, you don't want to know the truth. You don't want to accept the truth. You don't want to say it. Something you need to remember is you have the Tower card, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Something's about to blow up. Something has the possibility where it's kind of starting to start on fire a little bit. You know, you kind of feel it in the air. Well, it's only a matter of time before this comes about, because someone's just tired of carrying this. And I think that you want this person to help you. And, you know, when it comes to finances, when it comes to an equal give and take, giving you what you give them, I think that you guys are just on different pages. And you know that, but at the same time, you're still carrying this. And you're kind of losing out a little bit. It's causing some fights, and it might be family related. Someone's really, when it comes to money, they have kind of a twisted view. Maybe you feel like you're the only one providing, and they don't really provide for you, even though they pretend like they do. You know, I just feel like whatever structure this is about to be blown out, because you're tired and you don't want to hurt people's feelings, but at the same time, like, you want to move away from this. What you need to let go of is the Temperance and the Star, I believe. Yeah. Temperance and the Star. How much longer are we going to keep pouring into this situation? Looks like we've been pouring into it for a while, right? Try to do it ourselves. Tried to get help from other people to do this, but at the same time, this is something you have to do on your own. You have to balance yourself out on your own. You have to heal on your own. This isn't something that someone else can do for you. Even though it's nice to think that way, you can't, either you can't help other people or they can't help you with this. Queen of Pentacles came out, so we're doing earth signs next. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What are the messages for the earth signs for the week ahead? I'm just going to say this right now to everybody who is avoiding making a decision or making a change in your life. If you don't do it, the universe will. So that's just how it goes. I just did the water signs. I'm on the earth signs. I can't pay attention to the comments, so if someone else wouldn't mind helping these people who don't know what sign we're on, I would appreciate it, because I can only really do one thing at a time. What are the messages for the Sun of Taurus for the week ahead? What is something they need to be aware of, something they need to remember, and something they need to let go of? I'm not sure how the playback goes on lives. I think you can go back, but I don't know. The bottom is the Hermit and the Seven of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. There's a home situation that you needed to kind of learn something from, or maybe it's about how you kind of don't open up to people about feelings maybe, but I think that it's more about, you know, kind of standing your ground. You're going to need to stand up for yourself this week, Taurus. Thank you, K-Moon. Ooh. There's going to be a decision made, I feel like, pretty soon here. Whoa. Maybe this goes over here. Okay. The High Priestess. Sign of the High Priestess here. So I think that Taurus, you've been held in kind of a stuck place for a while. Whether you kept yourself there or not, I'm not here to judge, but there was something that the universe was trying to get you to see. Something about how you invest your time, something about how you invest your money, something about how long you wait for things before you take action. And I think that you kind of have been in a situation where you've waited for things to get better, you waited for things to be even, but all it ever really ends up being is a fight, and it doesn't make you happy. What you need to be aware of, you have the Queen of Cups, followed by the Ten of Cups and the Judgment. So this could be a situation with someone from your past, or maybe this is about making the decision to be happy with someone that you love or that loves you. You know, this is a family situation maybe. I don't really feel like it's a bad thing, but I just think that you have a decision about what truly makes you happy. You know, who truly loves you is something that I think that you're not paying attention to, or maybe you are staying in a situation, or you did for however long because you have children together, because you tried to make someone happy, but it's like, when is the decision going to be for yourself to make yourself happy? Because someone just doesn't seem like they're focused on this situation. I feel like some of you guys love them. Maybe this is something where this situation isn't going to work out. For some of you, it will. I think there's more than one thing going on here. Some of you Tauruses are going to make the decision to move away from this. Some of you guys are going to stay in this because this is where you want to be, and you're finally going to tell someone how you feel. What you need to remember is the Hierophant, the Tower, and the Three of Cups in reverse. This is a marriage that wasn't built on a solid ground. It was built on a situation where there were a lot of people involved. Whether it was you or this other person, I feel like some of you there, you were kind of married to a water sign who's had other people, and it just kind of turned into a situation that always fell apart. And the main thing was that you needed to learn maybe what love is, or maybe how things are built, or how you learn to love someone, and how you learn to stay in a situation because of society, or how you were raised. If you're married to someone and you have children, no matter what happens, you stay with them. But you needed to learn something about this. You needed to learn something about what you truly love and what you truly want. And for some of you, you offered this person love, you tried, but it was just like they offered it to someone else. Or you did. Somebody, just remember how this always like ends up. It's like the same thing repeating over and over. What you need to let go of, the High Priestess. You already know this. You've already been aware of this. This is where you've paid attention long enough, but you have never taken any action. You've never made a decision. So maybe making that decision, having the clarity, stop making it seem like you're confused when you're not. Maybe you're fighting yourself mentally a little bit, but I feel like you don't want to fight anymore. It's like you always end up choosing this person, but in the end, you're the one that gets left out. Because they'll choose someone else, or whatever the case may be. But you know this already. This is something that you're well aware of. Virgo, you have the Eight of Swords at the bottom, the Ace of Pentacles, and Six of Cups. Maybe you're not... Stop calling! My bad, people. My phone is not my friend today. There's a situation with a soulmate, I believe, for some of you, and kind of whether or not you want to have this new beginning, but it's like you want to go in another direction, kind of away, literally, and maybe someone else doesn't. And it's like you're kind of trying to change how you think about it, or maybe you're trying to get this person to change how they're thinking about it. But what you need to be aware of is the Five of Wands. This is a situation where there's going to be some things that you're going to disagree on. There's going to be someone who wants to go in another direction. And because it's one-sided, you know, there's really no changing that, even though you have tried, I feel like, you know. What you need to remember is the Five of Swords and the Emperor. I think that this was a lot of fighting. This was someone who was really stuck in their ways. This was someone who never really saw things from another point of view, even though the passion was here. The direction really wasn't because of the mental conflict, basically, but it's someone's thinking, and that's basically why there's so much conflict. They only see things one way. And that's not really changing. This is not new. You want it to change. But I feel like what you did instead was change yourself. Maybe that thinking that if you changed yourself or your perspective, that situation would change. What you need to let go of is the Seven of Swords with the High Priestess. This is some kind of betrayal that you know about. This is some kind of betrayal that maybe you're running from, or maybe this is you running from making a decision because you don't want to fight about it anymore. But you're teaching someone something, or you're teaching yourself. Maybe you don't realize what you're learning, but I just feel like it's kind of something you can't run from forever, or this could be this person. Maybe it's knowing that this other person needs to learn something about how they do things, about why, whatever, but you can't make them learn the lessons that they're here to learn. They have to figure it out on their own. And right now they run. That's what they usually do, is run. and you tried to help them, you tried to teach them, but it just ends up being a fight. What are the messages for the sign of Capricorn? Wheel of Fortune. I think that there's going to be some kind of new beginning here, followed by a decision, I think. What you need to be aware of is the Knight of Pentacles. So an idea about yourself, an idea of where you want to go, an idea about a direction, a decision. There's a decision being made here. But I think the reason that it's taken you so long to move forward is because of you're not sure. There's no communication. There's some shady shit being done. So here we stand. And it's like, maybe what you need to be aware of is that there's other shit going on, or what you need to be aware of is that it's time to make the decision to go somewhere else, to actually move from this. You know, maybe the reason that there is no communication is because that this person had to make a decision for their life to move forward. And there might be some medical issues with somebody, but I think that it's more about you keep looking back at something and you run from this. You run from a conversation. You run from a direction that doesn't really go your way, but you look back, and I think that there's something you need to say to someone. Someone hurt you guys really bad. What you need to remember is the Page of Wands with the Hermit. There was something that you needed to learn in this, and it had something to do with your ideas or how you see things or kind of what you go after and your reasons why. You needed to see something about yourself and your intentions or someone else's intention. I don't think you wanted to see someone for what they were or vice versa, and you've seen that now. And I think that it's time to kind of go after, you know, what you want. Like, what do you want to do? Something you need to let go of is the Three of Wands with the Six of Pentacles. You've waited for long enough. Waited for things to be even. Waited for things to come together. But you haven't made a decision to go. But you've seen enough about this to do that now. So I think that maybe it's time to move forward. I think that especially if it comes to money, because the Wheel of Fortune card is there, basically if you make this decision, the universe is going to reward you. Or you could stay in this situation. I mean, it's up to you. But you already know what's going on. Or what you want to do. Victory. You guys need to have confidence and get out of your head. Air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. What are the messages? Whoa. Okay. What does Aquarius need to remember? What does Aquarius need to let go of? The bottom is the Five of Cups. So there's some kind of regret here about some kind of decision. Maybe it's about someone that you care about. Maybe it's about staying in a situation for the wrong reasons, and someone ended up losing something. And I think that maybe this was kind of a I don't want to say fantasy, but that's kind of what it is. And someone just kind of got in their feelings. But they didn't, it wasn't really theirs. I don't know. It's like someone wants to talk about feelings, but they're not really sure if they're real or if it's a fantasy. So what you need to be aware of is you have the Six of Wands. There's some decision that you guys need to make too, but oh my gosh, my phone. Someone's going to be either getting attention or getting recognized. This is about a new, it's like, you know, a job where you're kind of your own boss or getting a promotion or whatever the case may be. And I think that you need to be aware of that, but it also comes along with you making a decision for your life. Maybe getting out of the energy you're in right now. But I think that something is a victory here. And I think that this is something you've been waiting for. This is something that you, some of you guys have been healing, or maybe it's because this is what this has to do with. Maybe this is your purpose, but I think that this is maybe what you're supposed to be doing. So whatever you've been waiting for is going to be really good, and it's going to be like healing to you as well, and it's going to some kind of business or something along that line. What you need to remember is you have the Two of Wands. You're going to have to make a decision. Whatever you're staring at is on fire and dead, and it's like that's where your focus is. Maybe someone kind of back in. You have the Page of Cups in reverse with the Strength card. You still need to tell someone something, but you're not. You're scared to tell someone. You're scared to admit, I think, something you already know. You don't want to talk about feelings because you are still kind of dealing with that in your life, and I don't think that you can talk about your feelings, to be honest. You still kind of need to heal that part of yourself, but I think that it's being worked on. It's going to come to you, but your focus isn't really on that. Being guided. You are being guided, like, in every direction when it comes to love, when it comes to things in your life. But I think that there's something to do with having confidence in your directions, because I think that there's a situation that's really toxic that's caused you a lot of depression and sadness, where you kind of lost your sense of self, you lost your worth, you lost your strength and your confidence. So you don't know what direction to go in with this, even though you know the one you're in is bad. You don't know what to do after that. I think that you just kind of staying in something because that's what you know. And it's just getting more and more toxic as the days go by. They want you to be happy. They're trying to guide you. They're trying to get you to open your mouth and speak the words you need to speak, but you're focusing on the depression and the sadness and things that you've lost, and you lost your confidence in yourself. But once you have it, I think that it's going to be good once you have it back. You're just need to realize that it's there, but you don't see it. What you need to let go of is the Eight of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups. There's an offer here that you're going to miss, I think, or maybe there was a choice that someone had to make to move on, or to just kind of have a new here with a direction when it comes to feelings or loves or whatever the case may be, or earning. There was something that you needed to learn from someone, and I think that somewhere along the way you missed out on something, or you could possibly miss out on something, or you just feel that way. But it has something to do with a new outlook on this and learning, or to do things in a different way. You know, having the clarity about things instead of moving away from feelings, or not talking about them, or not really being stable in this. But you're learning, and it'll be okay. But I think that you need to kind of make a decision when it comes to something and move away from something. Libra. What are the messages for the sign of Libra? What does Libra need to be aware of? What does Libra need to remember? Whoa, that's too many cards. What is something that Libra needs to remember? What is something that Libra needs to let go of? The bottom is the Seven of Cups with the Chariot. Someone is confused about their feelings, and someone might be moving away from this energy. Someone might be lying about their feelings. Someone doesn't really want to commit, but maybe you're waiting for them to commit because they're a soulmate and you love them, but y'all don't get along. What is something that you need to, remember? Okay, something you need to be aware of. Knight of Cups. Maybe there's some to tell you how they feel about you. Someone wants to I don't think that they can tell you though. Someone's confused about how they feel for you, and you've noticed something, or maybe this has something to do with you personally and how you communicate your feelings to other people, or maybe you kind of realized the true situation with someone in your life where you kind of were confused about this before, but now you've seen something, now you've kind of recognized something in yourself, and now you have a new idea. Or maybe that's what you need to do, is kind of switch the focus on yourself, because then you'll have more clarity about this. Because I think the confusion is with something that isn't being said, something that isn't being seen, and there's something that needs to be learned. Something you need to remember is you have the Strength card. This is about loving yourself. This is about having the confidence. This is about taking control and kind of realizing that things are as they're supposed to be. But you need to take control of this situation, because you do have the strength to do this. You are a strong person. I think that if you have the right intentions with things, you have the 10 of Cups. So this is something that makes you really happy. You know, someone who, I think things are going to get better in a situation here, but I think that someone's confidence is really low. Someone might be dealing with some narcissistic energy here to do with the family. Or maybe it's about realizing that someone's family dynamic might be a little bit fucked up, but that you can still take back control of this and move into something better where you could be happy in maybe a different way. What you need to let go of is the Death card, the Empress, and the Knight of Pentacles. So, a situation that needed to end, and someone might have had more than one person. Someone might have for some of you, you gotta let go of a job that you're at, because you can start this on your own and it's just really slow moving. So there's some kind of ending here that needs to happen before this new beginning can happen. And it's like, but you have to take the step to move forward, even if it's slow. And it might have to do with happiness. It might have to do with strength as well. Like, you want this to come in now, but you have to do the steps to get here first. And that really does come with this transition, going through this elimination stage where you do have to get rid of other things in your life and realize that there's a new beginning here that's like growth and expansion, but it just is really slow moving. And it might take a little while to get off the ground, but once it does, it's going to be really good. And it's going to be, a good situation. If you want something bad enough, you wait for it. You take the time, you put it in. Gemini. Ten of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Moon card. So a situation where I feel like you guys are in a relationship with somebody where they care a lot about you, but you don't really look at them like that. Like, one person is very logical, one person has all the feelings. So you're just like, even though it's stable, there needs to be like a new direction here. Especially when it comes to a job. And it's like someone might have to take a loss here, or maybe someone needs to be their own boss. What you need to be aware of is the Three of Cups, a message about a party, a get-together. Some kind of relationship here, or like maybe a wedding or something that's going to be happening that could bring in some money for you. But I think that there was something where in the past there was a missed opportunity with this, and I think it was more your mindset and like something that you needed to learn about how you feel about things, maybe money, but there's some changes here. But I think that somebody is like refusing to have this conversation about working together. Maybe it has to do with money, but it's like you're not stuck in your head anymore. You're ready to make this decision and move. That means that someone is kind of moving away from this energy, and it might be a marriage situation. What you need to be aware of, Four of Wands with the Three of Cups. I think that someone is thinking that this is something that it's not. And to them, this is a really happy relationship with two people, but to someone else, it's more of a friendship, and you're like supportive of them, but you don't really see them in that way. Like you don't have those kind of feelings for them, even though you tried to help them or teach them something. There's something that you need to say to someone, and it might be a family situation where there are finances involved. What you need to remember is you have the Three of Wands with the Six of Cups. There might be a soulmate from your past that's kind of it's deeper than a soulmate with the yin and yang. So I feel like maybe this person's going to be coming back because they realize this connection. Someone is like thinking about you a lot, and they want to come back into your life because they're waiting for you. But maybe they're saying to try to be friends with them or something, or try to be supportive of them because you guys were in a relationship before or a marriage before, and there's something going on here where maybe someone wants to talk to you about this, but there's something that you don't know about this. So maybe it's just like remembering that someone does help you, someone who was really loyal to you, even though you guys didn't really work out in that way. What you need to let go of these are stuck together. Oh no. Four of Wands. Maybe your idea of a marriage from the past, or maybe your idea of how things were in a past relationship, because I think that there's movement here. Like someone wants to come towards you, someone wants to talk to you, but you're kind of closed off emotionally completely to this person for whatever reason, even though it's like you don't want to change that because easier for you not to have those emotions because you were loyal to someone who wasn't loyal to you. And this is like a lesson somebody doesn't want to learn or admit to. Yeah, I don't think you want to learn this lesson. Or maybe you don't want to have this conversation because something was taught to you by someone, and it's like your back is turned. You don't want to learn this. It's like you know, but you don't want to admit to it. Because you don't want to talk about it. What is this? You're lying to someone about something? Admit that maybe you don't want from this because they help you with things in your life, but you don't love them. It's like someone feels like you don't want to break their heart because it's like you, oh God, you don't want to leave them out because maybe you guys heal each other, but I just think that you know that there's a conversation that's not being had about this, and I think that you want to be with someone else, or maybe this isn't the person you want to spend the rest of your life with, and they don't see it that way, and you don't really want to hurt their feelings, but you do want to go in another direction. So you're kind of doing some things a little sneakily, or someone else did. Maybe this person has a lot of people in their life that mother or whoever, so you can relate to that, so you don't want to do that to this person because they don't have anybody else. But at the same time, this is over, and you know that, something like that. Even if you don't want to see it, their universe is kind of forcing you to make a decision. About this situation where I feel like your home and your stability is with someone else, but you don't feel balanced. You don't feel like this person, but I feel like you're kind of unaware of who this person truly is. You're not seeing this. You're not seeing them for what they are. It'll be revealed, though. I think that the truth is going to come out about this, and it's kind of an illusion for some of you. I have fire signs left to do. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You're welcome. The messages for the sign of Aries for the upcoming week. What does Aries need to be aware of? What does Aries need to remember? Whoa! What is there you need to let go of? The bottom is the Hanged Man. Aiden! Whoa! If you're wondering why things are not moving in your life, Aries, or they're very slow moving, it's because you haven't made a decision. You're staying stuck, holding on to a situation from the past, and you're not admitting it. And I think that you needed to learn this, or you need to try this in a new way, or whatever the case may be. I think that there's some pretty manipulative things that are being said or done, and only in kind of letting things go are you going to see things for what they are. It's like the focus has kind of been on some other things, perhaps. Not really making a decision. Not really making a choice. But making it seem like you did. Why is the Ace of Cups here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think that you guys are going to be having some clarity about something in your life. And once you have that clarity, you'll be able to make a decision about kind of maybe starting things over or just going through this transformation. Aiden! Aware of is the Ace of Cups with the Two of Pentacles. I think that there's something new here where someone didn't make a decision in the past. Someone who, because of whatever reason, there's something to notice. I feel like there's a decision made here about maybe a new relationship or some kind of love, but I feel like maybe it could be more than that. Maybe you figured out what you want, or maybe what you need to be aware of is maybe you made the wrong choice. Oh my God. Calling me. What you need to remember is the Seven of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Wands. You kind of pushed someone away from you because I think you just needed the clarity about how you felt, really, because for some reason, maybe you didn't want to make a decision between more than one person, or you just weren't seeing something at that time. And it was like someone was kind of waiting for you, or you were kind of waiting for this. Maybe this other person didn't know, but I just feel like someone doesn't want to be hurt anymore. So they would rather just kind of not make a decision about something. And I think that you're going to be cutting somebody loose. Somebody got cut loose. And someone's taking a break from someone. And I think that I don't know if you know what you want or whatever the case may be. I think that you just are going through a lot of changes, and you're sticking to what you know, and you're sticking to whatever situation invested in you. Because you know that you can manipulate it however you want. Or manifest it however you want. What you need to let go of is 6 of Wands in reverse, Queen of Swords, Devil, King of Cups. Being scared of talking about your feelings. Not admitting them at all. Maybe it's just that there's some toxic behaviors here, but it doesn't really change your feelings at the end of the day, because someone kind of got some negative attention recently, and I think that there were some things that you realized about someone, or maybe it took someone kind of turning their back and going in a different direction for you to notice. But I think that you're communicating with someone is like, there's jealousy, and just, are you jealous of someone that's doing something? Or are you just trying to figure out why are you scared of someone who loves you? Because that's like, you would rather not involved. I think it's more about action. It's more about investing. You don't want to talk about feelings. You don't want to go down that road because you don't really know about that. You don't know what the decision would be at the end of the day. And I think that you were a little overcome situation, and it has something to do with what you spent your time on, how you do things, and you kind of were a little bit too stuck in your ways when it came to this situation, I think, and someone ended up walking away. Someone made the decision to walk away because they didn't feel like you were loyal to them, or vice versa. I feel like you didn't think this person was loyal to you or something along that lines, but at the same time, it's more about, maybe your focus is just on being stable, you know, moving yourself forward and making money in new ways, no matter what feelings are on the table. And you just rather not even talk about them. You'd rather just keep that close to your chest and think about things logically, because that's the best way you know how to make decisions when there aren't emotions involved sometimes. I think that you can't leave a situation, or you're scared to leave a situation and be on your own because you don't know if you'll be successful. So you're kind of been holding back, but you will be. It's your own fears that are holding you back about this. And you don't want to lose anything, but at the same time, you know that things are going to be like, something's going to change really fast, and it might be someone getting attention, someone getting their own business, kind of getting that recognition, but also, you know, having the confidence to not be so mentally conflicted about your feelings for people and move in a new direction, or just have this conversation about feelings instead of, you know, keeping it to yourself, changing the way that you think about things and not focusing on loss, because there's victory for you here, or someone, and I think that it's time to move forward with whatever the idea that is, even if it's on your own. You just need to make that decision for your life and stop being scared of it, because you know what you want to do. Aiden, come here. Leo. Can you hand me my purse, please, or wherever my lighter is? I can't find it. Three of Swords, Leo. I feel like this is old. This is something to do with a marriage where there's children involved. He's cute. Nope, I don't want him in here. I need my lighter, my purse. Cassie, go in the house, Mom. I'm almost done. Ah! I'm almost done. Two more people. Is your foot on it? There's a heartbreak here with someone from your past that was really loyal to you. And I think that now that it's coming back around, it's kind of fucking you up. Now that these, but it's only for you to maybe see the truth or tell the truth or just realize, you know, that you needed to learn something in this, and has something to do with about what truly makes you happy and not what other people tell you makes you happy. Aiden, because I think that you're really confused about your feelings, or maybe there's some type of an illusion here that has to do with happiness and stability and what it is you truly want. Because I think that you keep it to yourself, how you think about things or how you feel, because you know that someone would get hurt. I think that someone's very stubborn, or was. Something you need to be aware of is the Emperor. Why is it Two of Pentacles here? You know something, but you're not talking about how you feel. You're not moving away from this or making a decision. You don't want to learn this lesson either, huh, Leo? Excuse me, Aaliyah. Shut the door, and I need my purse. Shut the door then. What you need to be aware of is the Emperor with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Some of you guys are dealing with a narcissist. Maybe there's only tendencies. Maybe it's, I need a lighter. In my room, I think. On one of my dressers. I don't know. Shut the door. It's too loud. I have two. Hi, guys. Two more things to... Oh, my gosh. I need a lighter. Find me a lighter. And leave. Shut that door because it's getting loud now. Okay, pretty soon. Just chuck it right out the window. Something's got to end here. Something's got to give. Maybe it's how you think about things. Maybe it's how stuck in your ways you are. But I just feel like you are avoiding this transformation till the bitter end, my friend. You don't even want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about shit. You want to do what you want to do. And it's like, you're not even saying shit about it. You don't want to talk about it. I feel like you guys want something else, or you realize something about your mother. You realize something about the mother of your children. What you need to remember is you have the Four of Swords with the Two of Pentacles. Maybe taking a break or taking some time to heal will help you balance out your life a little bit. Or maybe it's about, maybe it's about understanding that things are done in the right time, when they're supposed to happen, and maybe it's not the right time for something. I just think that you guys have an idea about something and it's like you're waiting for it, but you're not really making that decision or having that conversation because you're scared to talk about your feelings, or it's like there's something being done that you know about now and you're ready for this to be done. I think that you guys have kind of waited and tried to make this stable, but there's just something not being said. I don't know if someone's lying or if someone's just not saying something, but it's a whole lot of blindfolds and decisions that aren't being made and moons. So I don't know. Nobody's saying shit. And I don't know what you're waiting for. I think that you need to make this decision. What you need to let go of is the Eight of Swords, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. You've kind of kept yourself stuck in a situation that didn't change, and you kind of pretended like everything was okay, but in reality, you want to make this decision because you'd have to leave something behind, and it might have been something that you really couldn't walk away from because you didn't know maybe what was going on, or you didn't really know how to tell someone something, but it's like you never really let go of another situation. It's just like you don't want to do something, and I don't understand why. You don't want to change. Someone doesn't want to change the way they think or the way that they do things. Someone just kind of is more content pretending that everything's okay. And there's something that someone needs to take control. You know, someone needs to see this for what it is. Someone needs to make this decision about, I mean, you guys might be mirroring each other, and you kind of are because you're both not doing shit. But I just feel like there's a direction you want to go in, but you don't know how someone feels, or maybe you don't know how you feel, even though there's a relationship here. It's like you run from your feelings for things, and maybe you don't know what makes you happy, but you've noticed something recently. There's something that you need to say to someone from your past that you're not. What?
Ian took my sanitizer.
Shh. Shut the door. Shut the door. Maybe it's time to stop turning a blind eye to something, whether or not you didn't see it. I don't think that you saw it before. You see it now. And it's time to make the decision to leave this situation because someone is really mentally fucked up. Someone needs help. And someone needs to get away from this energy and make this decision because this isn't good for some of you. For some of you, this is something where you didn't see it coming, and maybe you're blaming yourself for all the time that you spent on this, or, you know, trying to make them happy because you love them, or whatever the case may be. It's just like something isn't changing here. Even though you're doing the same thing, there isn't really changes being made at all. It's just kind of like pretending that things will get better or that things are okay, and they're not. Because you don't want to cut someone out for whatever reason. There's some toxic energy here. but there's also fear. Sagittarius. Be quiet. What you need to be... Go upstairs, Aaliyah. Some of you guys need to make a decision about someone in your life, or knowing that you have the right boundaries now for your life. You do have boundaries, and you're able to make conscious decisions about having a new beginning. And I think that there's victory in moving forward. So don't be scared of this new beginning. Some of you, it could be with a Aquarius or a Pisces. But I feel like if it's a job, it's going to be fine. If it's a new person, it's going to be fine. There's just moving forward and not staying stuck to the past. Making that decision for your life. Despite the heartbreak from the past, despite the person that did it. What you need to be aware of is there's a new beginning. There's a really big change coming to your life with your twin, or another connection here where it is going to be even. But I think that if you want a new beginning, you guys need to let that old energy go. Let that shit close out. Knowing that you learned this lesson and that you're ready to take your life in a new direction because you learned what you needed to learn. What you need to remember is that this is something you learned. This is something you know. This is something that you guys, and it has a lot to do with a spiritual connection and making a decision to move forward with your life despite how it looks to someone else. You know, not really conforming to what society would have you do, but knowing that whatever path that you want to go on is going to be successful no matter how other people feel about it, because this is something that you're good at. This is something that you know how to do. This has something to do with healing. This has something to do with confidence and just making that logical decision. I think that you guys are teachers or something along that line, and there is a relationship here as well. What you need to let go of is the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords and the Magician. You're fighting this ending with someone like that you keep manifesting back into your life, or maybe you're trying to manifest something, but it's like your mental state, you're like fighting with yourself about this because you don't want to have to go through this again. But you have learned what you need to learn about this. You have healed, you know, but you're still scared of what a new connection could bring because of how traumatizing the last one was. I do see happiness here. I do see, you know, success, but it has a lot to do with you will have someone who truly loves you and it won't be manipulated, you know, but make sure you're healing. Make sure you're having the confidence in yourself again and making that decision. Because I think that it's about forward and maybe teaching other people about the things that you've been through, and giving other people hope for their future is kind of what I see. You're being guided on this path. Anyways, apparently someone's dying in my house, so I'm gonna go. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.